let's go into this reading here. Okay, so let me talk about the past so that you know whether or not this pertains to your situation at all. Okay, so singles and people who are in relationships, it's going to be together. So let's talk about the past situation here. The past situation, we have the Two of Swords. This is a card about, a stalemate. This is a card about not making a decision, waiting it out, trying to see which direction things are going. I feel like for a lot of you, you might have somebody that you are very emotionally in tune with. You have a very, very good like rapport in general. And I'm feeling like you might be dealing with somebody who's kind of like happy with the status quo. They don't really want to change things, or at least they're very, very indecisive, and they take a really long time. They take their sweet time in order to make up their mind, in order to like figure out how they feel, or in order to move things along. They're not a very aggressive person. And I feel that, a lot of you might have to, have a talk with a specific person, and you might tell them, here's what I feel. And you lay it all out on the table, and they're still trying to, make sense of it. And they're very, very slow to arrive at a decision. So I feel that, you could be dealing with an air sign that is coming through, or you could be dealing with a water sign. So let me just, figure this out here. I feel that you're dealing with somebody who takes a really, really long time to figure out how they want to proceed, or you are in a situation where, things are kind of like, it might be a new person and you feel like you don't have enough information yet in order to decide whether to scrap the relationship or to move the relationship along. What is linked up with that here is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune basically means, somebody needs to make a decision in order for things to move forward. And there is a little bit of a stalemate, mainly because the other person is not really making up their mind, or there isn't enough information here. You feel like you don't have all the information you need in order to make a decisive, choice as to what to do. A lot of you might be dealing with like many options on the table as well. And you're trying to, just, delegate, like spend time with each person in order to figure things out, to see who is the best option. So what I'm sensing is, for a lot of you, there might, like, a lot of you are coming into this month kind of still single, but talking to many people, like, or even talking to one person, but you're not at a point where you want to take the relationship to the next level yet, or see each other exclusively just yet. Which brings us to the present situation. We have an air sign here. This is an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. This is somebody that is very, very, very intelligent. I feel that this is somebody with a good sense of humor. They are letting their guard down around you. Usually they are very guarded, but they are letting their guard down around you. I feel that you or this person, so this is a Sun, Moon, or Rising, an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, that you are heavily involved with. There's a lot of electronic communication. This is like, the Tinder card. This is like messaging through email, through text messages, phone calls as well. I do see a lot of virtual communication between you and this person. And I feel like a lot of you this is a really good energy actually, because, in the past, I'm sensing, the past 2 years, a lot of you might have been dealing with a situation where you rushed in without getting to know somebody really well. And then you start to really fall in love with them, and you realize they're completely wrong for you, but you're still stuck in it. So I feel that a lot of you have, left that situation. You're out on the dating scene. You're making quite a splash. And so you have encountered this air sign, somebody who has been through a huge ordeal in the previous relationship that they were in. The most recent relationship that they were in, I feel like they have been kind of scarred, or they have been like really hurt. And I feel that they walk around with, their sword up. Like they kept people at arm's length, and they didn't really invest themselves emotionally. And I feel that you are dealing with this person right now, and they are letting their guard down around you. Okay. So A lot of you might be dealing with somebody with an Aquarius trait as well. So sun, moon, or rising in Aquarius, or even another air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, sun, moon, or rising. The communication is flowing really, really well between two people. This person is very decisive. I feel that, they mean what they say and they say what they mean. And I feel that they're not just somebody to talk. I do sense that they're better at showing you, like doing things to show you that they care rather than, just being there and being a sweet talker. So this is a very, very good type of communication coming through. What I also feel is like, I feel like you and this person, you're texting each other constantly. There are a lot of symbolism with birds for some reason. I have two here and I have another one over here. And what that means to me is, quick messages, a lot of very, very good, like intellectual rapport, great communication between you and this this water sign. I'm sorry, this air sign, as well as a lot of like recounting, your history, talking about your past relationships. So I do feel like a lot of soulful communication, meaningful communication, where you're not just talking to fill the void or to fill, to fill the silence or to fill the gap, but you're actually having very meaningful communication. I do see a lot of laughter as well associated with this, okay? I do see a lot of you guys are staying like up very late at night talking to somebody from a distance as well. So let's talk about the foundation here. The foundation is basically something that has already happened that you already know to be true. We do have here the Two of Pentacles as well as the Page of Cups. So I feel that, if you are dealing with somebody right now, a lot of you might be deciding between two people. A lot of you who are not deciding between two people, I feel that somebody has already made their feelings known to you. And I feel that you are very scared about getting into a relationship with somebody. And I feel like you're either scared about picking between two people, or you are very scared about getting to a new relationship with the other person because you feel that the other person likes you a lot and you're not really sure if you can like them as much as they like you. So that's what I'm sensing. And I feel like there's some type of water energy. So, it could be like air sign, water signs as well. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It could be somebody with a water sign sun, air sign moon, and vice versa. Some type of sign interchange between, the water and the air sign. So I feel that you have somebody that has made a gesture towards you, that they want to be with you, that, they're serious too. And I feel there's a lot of sincerity here, but you're trying to like either hedge your bets or you're not really sure how this is going to work out long term. So you're very hesitant about entering into any, exclusive relationship at this present moment. So you're still taking your time. You're still trying to decide. And I feel that you're still trying to figure out where you need to be in order to make this big decision. Because I feel like for a lot of you, you're guarded with your heart. I do sense that you want a little bit more fun, a little bit more excitement, and you're not ready yet to give your all to a specific person. Not that you're not, that you won't, but you want somebody that gives you a lot of intensity. And you want something really very exciting in order for you to invest your all. So the crowning energy is something that's on your mind that you're thinking about. So a lot of you have transitioned, into some type of from a troublesome situation where somebody took their sweet time and didn't make up their mind about how they want to proceed forward with you. And I feel that left you in a situation where you felt like you had no choice but to leave them behind and to move forward and on your own. Now, the Six of Swords is a situation where you are moving from a troublesome situation into calmer water. I usually think about this as, travel, but also whatever you're leaving behind in the past, it was very unpleasant, okay? It was very tumultuous. It was like a lot of, I feel like there was a lot of conflict. There was a lot of like harsh words thrown about between two people. And in a way, you can almost say that, too much has been said. So it's really difficult for that situation to repair itself. It's really difficult to let bygones be bygones. You don't really have a choice but to move forward without the other person. And I feel that a lot of you have been dating, because we have the Three of Cups as well. This is the socially dating card. This is like going out, having the time of your life, interacting with a lot of people, meeting a lot of people, and it indicates like flirtations as well. So a lot of you have just, recently left something behind. You're back on the dating scene, okay? Or you are kind of like still a little bit sore. You're still like, your heart is a little bit sore as a result of some past situation that happened. You're filling in the void by going out to date, going out to socialize, relying on your friends, sisters, loved ones in order to help you forget this past situation that you were in. But either way, I feel that you're emerging from your cocoon. You're emerging from like some type of isolation in order to surround yourself with a lot of positive people, okay? And in the dating environment, I do feel it is very, very positive. A lot of dating prospects are coming through for you. And I do see water sign that you are Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, that you are dating, and you're trying to decide how to proceed. You're trying to decide how to make this into a solid, stable relationship, because I feel like it's not very grounded. There are some challenges associated with this union between you and the other person. There might be geographical distance separating you and another person, hence a lot of electronic communication. And you're racking your brain trying to figure out how to make this situation come together. And so what's coming through for you in the future position here? We have the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is kind of like not giving up, deciding to fight another day. So this is a card about advancement, forward movement. It's like not giving up the fight, but rather drudging on for another day. The 9 indicates like a number of creativity. It's not completely stable on its own. And I do feel that you have a situation here that you're just like, I feel that a lot of you see the potential in a new person, and you don't really know how it's going to work. But I feel like a lot of you are just tired of like having to plan out everything down to the minute detail. You're just like, I want to just go with the flow. I want to just give my heart away in order to see where it's going to lead. And a lot of you are in a state where you are content. Whatever the situation might be, you're just content, and you don't really want to like have to make a choice, or you don't really want to be the one to like have to plan out everything. So I feel you're taking a little bit of a step back and letting the other person take charge in order for them to either make up their mind or to decide how to proceed with you. So you're done fighting, you're done struggling. I feel like to push things along a specific way, or to overly, to like plan things. So you're taking a step back and you're letting the other person take charge just to see if they're willing to meet you halfway. And I do feel that they are, okay? We do have the Tower coming through as well. And the Tower is some type of a breakdown when it comes to the way that we've been seeing a situation. It's kind of like a reality check, okay? And I pulled out some cards here just to see what is associated with it. What we have here is the Magician, which is somebody who is a very, very smooth talker. They are very intelligent. They have a lot of projects on their plate. And I do feel for a lot of you, it's really, really important that, you're not getting swept off your feet or getting carried away when it comes to spending a lot of your time communicating with like a multitude of people, because I feel like you have a lot of things on your end that you need to take care of. So they're saying take a step back from this, mainly because you need to take care of real world responsibilities first. And on the other hand, if you are in a dating environment, you have a lot of suitors that are coming through for you. And I feel that, you have a very young person here. Not biologically, but I feel that their energy is still very young. They have a lot of growth that needs to happen from their end. And I feel that some of you feel as if you can't give them the love that they're giving you, but you're still clinging on to this situation because you feel very flattered that they are investing so much time in you. And I do sense, the tower comes in as a reality check to tell you that you're making great strides right now in your work, also in the dating front, on the dating front. And a lot of the times we instinctively, automatically know how things are going to work out, whether or not we feel chemistry with another person. So I feel like if you're not feeling it with this water sign, then I do sense that you need to like leave that situation alone rather than hurt them further down the line. We have the Four of Cups here, which indicates like a situation where you are reassessing the options that are made available to you. There is an overall sense of dissatisfaction, but I do feel that you are grateful that the options are coming through. None of them are really panning out in in a tremendously great manner. So for those of you who are still dating, you have a lot of options coming through, but I do feel that, you're still communicating with somebody from the past, hoping that they're making up their mind between you and another person. And you're just like waiting, you're filling your time up with these other options, keeping an eye open, keeping the door open for the person from the past to return. And they're telling you, pretty much this is a reality check here where you want to be very directed, okay, about where you are wasting or spending your time, where you are wasting your energy, because I do feel from the past it's not going to pan out in the manner that you'd hope, okay? So just be very careful about that. And the last card here is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is like the stoppage in communication. Somebody is like retreating and they're not, it's like difficult to reach out to them. Be very careful about travel. Check if you're traveling to see another person this month, if they're traveling to see you, check to make sure you have travel insurance, check to make sure there are, like work out the logistics between you and another person, because I feel like you're sailing into the unknown and it might not be the wisest choice if you just recently met somebody, especially online, and they are rushing things or you're rushing things to go see them and vice versa. They're coming to see you. So just be very careful, okay? Because I feel like for a lot of you, just be careful with the way that you communicate too. If everything is done via text and, you're not having the face-to-face interaction, you're not having a live contact or even live phone calls, that is not really a relationship. That is a time filler for the other person. Does that make sense? So if you, for some reason, you're investing a lot of your time in a person and for some reason they never want to meet, they're never available to have a phone conversation with you, just know that they're just filling in their time, they're filling in their void because they're bored and they're not serious about starting a relationship. For those of you who are in stable relationships, so stable partnerships and marriages, what I do sense is there is an element of like, I don't know if you are, if somebody is like taking a trip to go on business and, there's going to be some type of a coming back together. There is, just be very, very careful about, keeping your emotions in check and asking questions. And if the other person is, answering truthfully, but I feel that in your head, you might have conjured up a story while they were gone and things like that. So just be very careful. Keep things in perspective, especially for those who are in stable relationship, because I feel like I feel a contentious energy. There might be a little bit of arguments and things like that. And I do feel as well that going back to the other message, if you are remodeling, redecorating and things like that, I do feel there's an element of one person being a little bit too extravagant. One person wanting to stay within budget, the other person is more prone to emotional spending. It could be you or your partner, but I feel that there might be some issues regarding financial obligations and one person being too extravagant, okay? So overall, it is going to be a good month. We do have some tremendous healing energy. The Star card is coming out again. So I feel like if you are dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and this is somebody that you are heavily communicating via, electronic communications, via electronic means. I do see there's going to be a major communication breakthrough with this person that will provide a very, very good